Hey everyone, so previous video we have written the unit test cases for product microservice. So this video I am going to explain you how to write the integration test for our product microservice. You can see the two annotations on the screen, @Spring Boot test and @autoconfigure mock MVC. These are the two annotations additionally that we are going to use in this one. So integration test is very easy to write, so you can just follow along with me, and if you have any question in the mid or end of the video, just put that in comment section. So let me take you to the project and start writing the integration test. So this is the unit test that we already have completed and executed it properly. So as explained in the previous video also, the differences between the unit test cases and the integration test cases. So this integration test case is going to focus on the end-to-end flow. Okay, so it is going to intercept the request. It will feel like that user is actually requesting something with the endpoints that we have written here, add product. So it is going to take the product as in JSON. So in this test case, it is also going to convert that JSON into this product. So it is that mapping is going to also happen, and this validation that we have put here, product and all those things. So the JSON that we are passing, that data that we are passing, it is not as per this one, as per this property that we have written here. So we are going to get that exception also. So those real-time scenarios also we are going to test in this one. So it's actually the simulation of the real-time scenario, so it will be more interesting to see how we are writing it and how we are executing it. So let's go ahead and start writing the test cases. So product controller, click on this one, write test for this one. So it is going to give this automatically for me. So first not the add product, first let's write the simple test, the get URL that we have, product by ID. Okay, so just click the OK part here. So product by ID, I'm going to write the test for this one. So to write the integration test, so there are a couple of annotations that I have to use additionally. So Spring Boot test, this is the first annotation, and if you click one, this is going to give you the annotation that can be specified on the test class that runs Spring Boot test cases and provides the following features over and above regular Spring test context framework. So it will make your, when you have this annotation, it is going to start the server, it is going to simulate the Tomcat server at the time of execution of each test cases. Okay, and the next annotation that we are going to use is auto configure mock MVC. So this is the one class that we are going to use here to make call to the endpoints that we have. So that is private mock MVC. So this is what that we, so and when we are going to auto wire it, so this auto configure mock MVC is going to give me the instance of this mock MVC and which instance I am inserting with this product controller test, so that I can use it throughout the classes. Okay, so let's use this mock MVC to call our first endpoint. So mock MVC, so it has method perform. Under this I have to pass the endpoint name. So if I show you the post controller here, so we have request /v1, and if I see this product, so this is how this URL is formed. So I do not need to give the complete URL, but the endpoint name, that's it. It is going to do all other things. And before doing that, I have to specify what kind of method it is. So it is a get method, so I have to specify that. So get, under that we can see the different recommendations. So first one I need, so under that URL template I have to give v1/product, and here I have to give the ID, specific ID. So let's go to the Mongo database and see we have any existing ID. So this is the Mongo database that we already have, and these are the different products we already added into the system. So let's take this ID here, copy it and paste it here. So this is what the ID that I am expecting the system to return when this is executed. So when we say perform get this URL with this ID, so it is, when this execution is complete, it is going to give me the result, and this result I can compare. So and expect, first expectation is that this response code should be 200. That is okay. So that same I am going to write here dot. It has couple of methods here. Is okay, bad request not found, so I'm interested in is okay. Okay means 200 status. So this is the simplest integration test that I can write, that I'm not concerned about what data it is being written, just the status. So if I show you the flow, if I run this part here, run this test here, so it is going to start the Spring Boot server itself and will contact this product with this ID, will contact with the Mongo database and return the data from there. So let's wait for its execution. So you see it is starting the Spring Boot server here and MongoDB driver connection. So this I'll come to this point here. So at this point of integration test, it is actually connecting with the Mongo database, okay, and you see it is returning properly here. So request response and all those things we can see. So status is okay coming, okay. So now let's go one step more here and compare the result, what it is returning, right? So if you see the I can show you the response body itself, because we have request and response loggers, I have explained, right? So it is returning all the ID and all those things that it has. So in JSON format it is returning all the data here, right? So you see all the result is here. So if I want to compare those status here, so and expect, it has one method content which you can take, and dot, if you click this one, string means any string is coming. So this content is going to get the response body, and if it is a simple string you can just pass this, but in my case it is returning a object in JSON format, so I'm going to pick this one. And under this one you have to specify the expected JSON. So what is the expectation that you expect with this ID under this JSON? So as of now I do not know what this is, so just in case, so what I do when I write the integration test in this case is, so I do not know what is the JSON output of this one. So let's run this one, and first instance it will fail. When you run this first time it will fail, and it will exactly show you what is the assertion it is performing, and you can use that and write it here and you're good to go in that case, okay. So let it execute and we will see the failed error here, because one is passing and it is like the unit test you are doing. So it is the first assertion and it is the second assertion that it is making. So if I show you this part here, so what it is saying, unparsable JSON string. So it is saying that unparsable, no, yes, it is not able to parse because it is not JSON itself, it is empty, okay. So if, because I also got the actual JSON that I wanted, so this is what it is, okay. So I can just copy this part here and paste it here. So it is a bit long, I know, but I can live with it because the content is big, right? So just run this again. So but this is what result we are getting by executing this product ID. If everything goes fine, if it is as expected, we are going to get the passed test for us. Yeah, now the test case is passing. So now we have compared our content as well, so it is passing here. So now the coming to the main point here. So as of now it is connecting. So how the flow is going, so it is coming to the product controller, it is going to the service here, and it is contacting the repository, and repository has all the data sources and MongoDB connection information it needs. It is contacting that one, but in real time it is in my system and it is passing, it has Mongo database connection. But if you clone this project into your system, you also have to set up the Mongo database just to run the test cases. But if I do not want that, I just want to execute the business scenarios and these intercepting and all those things, I do not want to contact the actual database here. And when you are executing the test cases, you are not supposed to contact the actual database, because it is a get request, right? But who knows, this id is fixed, right? Who knows that database has updated and someone has deleted with this id. So anytime you run, any other time you run these test cases, this test case is going to fail, because this data is not in the database. You're seeing the problem here. You have not changed anything in your code, but still your test case is failing just because someone else has changed the database content. So we should not have this tight dependency with the database. That is why mocking helps here. So this is a kind of boundary. We have product controller, we have services, and then we have repositories here. And then we have repositories. These three, we have controller, service, and repository. So this repository which is contacting the database, we are going to mock this behavior product repository, all the methods. How to do that? So that's also very simple. So we have private, make it product repository. So we have this product repository, and I'm going to annotate it with mockbean. So mockbean is going to create the mock instance of product repository and going to give it to the Spring Boot context, test context. And whenever product repository is called, it is going to use the mock instance, right? So what is the problem? Like let me stop, let me not do this when I'm not doing this one, and let's stop the mongo database that we have. So I'm going to task manager, and let's see, this is your machine that you are running these test cases. So let me stop the mongo database here and run the test case again. So now we do not have mongo database, right? So that connection is going to be failed. Our test case is also going to be failed just because we do not have database setup. We have not changed anything in the code. So that is something that we do not want. That is why we used mocking. Okay, so yeah, you see it is trying to connect with the mongo database, but it is not. So it is going to try a couple of times, and then it is going to fail. Request response logger, it is getting the request, all the information it is logging here, but response is not got here. So this error is coming. This is not related to the mongo database, but it is, you remember, Spring Boot admin server, it is trying to contact with that one. So we do not have to worry about this at this point of time. So it is executing, still trying to connect with the database, but at the end when it is not found, it is going to fail. If you see timeout after 3, client view of this one, product service this one, and mongo template, you see mongo database related information you are getting here. Request processing failed. You're seeing it. This is due to unavailability of the database. Okay, so that is why this mocking is there. So let me enable it, and now the way that I have mocked the information while writing the unit test cases, we are going to mock it here as well. So if I show you the product service test here, we have so what is happening here when you are it is executing find by id. So this test we already have written, and we have this mocking as well here, right? So just copy this part here. So this is the beauty of here. So you have written it once, and you do not need to write it again and again. And the same thing we can use whenever we need it. So this is the product, and this is the mocking product repository. Whenever find by id, any string is being passed, I'm going to get this product information. So now we have fixed response here. Okay, and now we do not have to give this id itself. I can say that some random id, right, and just execute. So I want to compare it. I have to change this one and replace that with the JSON format, JSON equivalent of this object. So I do not want to create it manually. Let's execute it, and we will get that in the first execution, and we will replace that one. So now whenever throughout the execution of this product by id, this endpoint, whenever product repository find by id is executed, it is going to return whatever I am saying it to return, because it now test context has mocked instance of this product repository. Now yeah, I knew it is going to fail, but what the reason, a certain reason is there. Click to see the difference here. Not this one, we have lots of differences here, but I want to see the actual in this part. So this is small, we're good here. So JSON, and I just had to extra line, paste it here. Think one semicolon is missing here. Oh no, one bracket is also should be there. Yeah, now it's fine. Now if you run this again, it is going to pass. So now this way I'm going to write the test case for all other endpoints as well. Wait for the execution to complete here. Yes, it is passing. You were seeing this one error itself here. You were seeing one error, I know, but that is not related to our test cases here, right? So if you show you exception opening socket MongoDB, still it is trying to connect that one, but that is not creating any problem for our test cases to be executed, because now we have mocked instance. So coming to controller part here. So for the product by ID, we only need one test case scenario, that I just need that this path variable, whatever we are passing here, it is intercepted properly, and this JSON is being written properly. And if I show you the product by ID and other scenarios that not found exception and all those things, we have covered that in the unit test cases. All right. So we do not have to write everything again and again. It was just to cover the end-to-end scenario, only controller part. So I need only one scenario here. In the same way, I need one scenario for the let's write the easy one first, then we will move to the complex one here. So we have this delete product by ID, right? So let's write the test for that one. So for delete, it will be executed this one. So just copy this part. I'll change couple of things. So what is the response here? It is the product response here, not that one. So name it delete product by ID. Okay, and here, so what is the repository method that is being executed here? So it has find by id as well as delete by id. So if I show you the service test here, so whatever we wrote earlier, it is helping us here, right? So dot delete, this mocking we wrote earlier, right? So as explained in this one, so that delete, so when I show you this one, that delete by id, so it is returning, it is not returning anything, so we do not need to, and we are not comparing anything with this one, and we are not expecting it to do anything. I just want that it is called throughout the execution, so I do not need to mock this one. So only this mocking is going to be sufficient for us, and when we perform, what is the name of the endpoint here? V1 delete. Delete, what is the complete endpoint? Delete product by id. Yeah, it is the endpoint name, it's same. Endpoint name, it's same, but here now I have to change this with delete. Okay, this one. So this method type is change, name of the endpoint it's same here. So whatever I give it some random ID, I am going to get this product here. So it is going to give me a response here. So now this response is not going to be returned. There is going to be something different. We are going to see that and we will change this part here. Okay. So wait for it to be filled. That assertion is going to be filled, and I'm going waiting for the response to be created, because this is going to give me the product response, which has status and message, and that JSON equivalent we are going to see in a while. Yeah, you see here. Yeah, this is the equivalent of that one. So product deleted, we are getting this one. Come to test here. Move this part here and this one. Okay, now we are good. Just wait for the execution to complete. It is going to pass. I know. Yeah, execution is completed. Okay, so in the same way I can write. So we have delete by ID, and now we have three endpoints left: update product, add product, and this one. So now let's go ahead and write the test for this one, that is add product. Okay, so we have at the test annotation and void add product. Okay, and here I need mock MVC. First let's call the method first, mock MVC dot perform, and here now we have post call here, and what is the URL? V1 add product. Okay, so name it correctly, otherwise it is going to create problem. Add product, and now this is important to be considered. So it is expecting from us add product, and it is expecting a request body as a product. So earlier when we wrote the test case for this one product, so it was the path variable and we were passing that in the URL itself. But now it is expecting a request body, and that request body should be a product in JSON format that I have to pass here. Okay, so just coming to this part here. So how to give that? Challenge is how to give that. So if you click this and you get this content, content type also application JSON. By default it is going to get take the JSON, and content I have to pass the actual content here, and this is going to get the let me see if we have content JSON also. No, it is going to take the string format itself, and then content type also I have to pass here, so that is application JSON. Okay, so this content I have to give this product in JSON format. So whatever it is. So how to get this JSON format? So remember, while testing in the Postman, with the Postman we created this JSON format. Okay, so I can take this here from here directly and put that in here. So that ID is going to do a couple of formatting. It's I know it's a look bit complex, but it's, you know, it's just a string. You see, it's just this string, and I just have copy pasted it, and next line is being added by the IDE itself. All right, so content type is this one, whatever it we are going to pass here, it is this. And what I expect from here, status. Now the status is not okay, but status is created, right? And the next thing, what I expect next, net content dot JSON, what response type it is going to give me. So if I show you this product response, it is going to give me a status and message. If I see this add product here, so it is going to give me some product response here, success, this one. And if I show you product response, we already created this one, right? So I can use this one. Let's copy this part here and put it under this one that we had. not this one, it is not copied properly. So just take it from here and put it this place. Okay, so we will see the assertion error, but we will correct that after that one. So perform, this is exception that I have to throw here. So this is what it is giving, and all those things. Price, we have discount, it is going to price and discount. When that difference is there, we are going to get an exception. So I'm going to put some price here. So just run this part here. So integration testing is more interesting than the unit test cases, right? So it's pretty easy. You just have to cover the basic scenario in the product controller, which are relevant to this product controller and not covered in the unit test cases. Okay, not all the test cases. Just keep this in mind. Yeah, we are seeing this error. I knew it. Request processing failed. Next, it's saying that null pointer exception. Yeah, I know why this exception is there. So just guess it, what this exception, why this null pointer exception is there. So yeah, let me tell you. So we have this add product and we have this mock product repository mocked behavior, right? But we do not have added any mock behavior in the product controller. If I show you this add product, so we are calling this save method. So I have to mock this. So how to mock this one? We already mocked this when we were writing the product service test. So take it from there, add product. So we had this mocking here, take it from there, use it at this place here, and now perform post this one, content this one, any, and run this again. Hopefully it should run proper and I should get the actual assertion error that we were getting earlier. It takes a time. You see, the unit test was unit test was getting executed very fast, and integration test is pretty bit slow. Why? Because it is running a mock server, simulated server for us. Okay, so yeah, it is giving me this error here. Yeah, I know why this error is there. So we should have this error message, this response here, and just delete this part here and put this one and run this again. Now it is going to get executed properly. Yeah, this test case is passing now. All right, so this is the happy scenario that we got passed. And if I show you the controller class here, product controller, and if I show you this body @valid annotation, not null, and all those things, minimum, this price here, we are still not able to test this part. So how to test this? So let's go to this test part here. So just copy it, validation, what validation I want here. So this is the case, add product ID, name, yoga, price we are giving. So just price, what is their discount. So let's take a look at products. What all validations are here. So not null, message, product name should not be null. So just remove the name of the product from here. Just comment out this line, we do not have name, so I should get that exception. And now I should not get this proper exception and this okay response here. So you remember the behavior when you hit this without the name, you do not know, just hit this, you will get the behavior in the console itself. But if you know, you can directly put that. If you remember that, if you are failing any validation from here, it was giving you the 400 any bad request, means bad request it was giving you. So the same thing I have to mention here. So just let's take that look into the console here, and then I'll correct that part. Yes, there is some problem here. So it executed, I think I executed the wrong test case, add product here. Yeah, there is the problem. So I should execute this one, add validation part here. So yeah, mistake. So I'm just waiting for it to complete. Okay, and then we will have to, now what differences we will get? We will get the difference in status and we will get the different content as well. So here we are seeing this one. So you see coming down here 201 and it is giving you the 400. Okay, and this is the first one. And what is this body here? We are getting this one. So we are getting this body here. Just open the notepad and put it. So this is what body is, right? So first correct this is bad request, this is going to be fine, but now we are going to get the difference in this one. So status bad request error, this one. But here the thing is timestamp. Okay, so anytime you are going to execute it, you are going to get a different timestamp. Okay, so I cannot compare the exact JSON, I cannot fix the JSON, complete JSON. I now have to come up with some another way so that I can compare the status, errors, path URI, but I cannot compare this timestamp, because this JSON, whatever it is going to return, it is not going to be fixed, because it is going to be the time of the execution of the that error when it is coming. So what I am going to do, I am going to extract this status, errors, and going to compare that part. So how to do that? So just remove this part here. So that's also very easy. So and expect, there is one method, JSON path is there. So there is a expression that I have to give, and there is something that dollar means root of the JSON. So this is a convention that I have to know. So it is a root, and if I say that dot status, so it is going to give me the status value here. So now we have got the status information, and to compare it, I have to use the utility for that is, so there is this one here. So so what message it is here? So it is actually it is a bad request here. So just put that. So let's import this one, qualify import static method element matcher. Actually it is not coming from this one, but it is coming from the Hamcrest. I do not know why it is not able to take it, so I have to restart the ID, but let me write that manually. So import org.hamcrest dot, we have hamcrest dot no, not this one, we have this matchers dot is. So this is a static call actually, so put it this way. Yes, so this is now going to fix it. Yeah, so it is fixed now. So what it is going to do, it is going to extract the status from whatever is being written from this response and going to compare that key status with this one. So the same way I can write for others as well. So we have status, not this one, and other than status I have errors, and errors is a list. You can see this is the list format in JSON. So this is errors, and I can say that here I can say that had size, matchers had size. How many size is there? It has one content only. So errors, it is one. And now to compare, the content of that list. So how to do that? Just remove this part here, and errors, and take the first index from here. So it is a list, right? So I am taking the first one here and writing this again here, this one, but now the value is this one. And now see, this is the errors first index is this object, this key value is the object, this is the 0, and this is the dot name that I have to mention here, right? So product name should not be null, this list has size 0, and this status is bad request. We have done like nice comparison, like couple of things here. So this timestamp I cannot compare it with this one. You can go ahead and write the path URI as well here. So with this part here I am going to execute it. and hopefully I should get the green bar now. Test, still it is failing. Let's see what error actually it is giving now. Okay, no value at JSON path, errors 0. So it is saying that errors 0, it has no value. So errors status bad request was okay, but at the end it is failing. Yes, so this error, so what is there? No value at JSON path dot name. So I think I did a mistake here. So I do not have to give it name. Actually, it is automatically going to pick the value of that whatever at index is there, right? So just try it out. It's still failing. So what is the error? Expected is product name should not be null. Yeah, it should be there. So entire key is should be there. So I was missing that name part. So now it should pass. So this is the last time I'm trying. Please go green this time. Finger crossed, get the green bar. Yeah, that console, I don't care about this one. Yeah, I got the green bar now. So what is next? So we have covered for this one validation scenario also we covered. We also covered the happiest path here as well. So if I write the test cases for other scenario, update and list part, so this product list, category list and this update part is pending here, 3 test cases. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write all the test cases and push that code in the GitHub. So you can get all the test cases in the GitHub repository itself, or in the next video when I'm explaining in the next topics, I'll be adding, you will get all those test cases. But what you can do after watching this video, you can write all other test cases and compare that with the whatever is written in the GitHub. You can compare that one, right? So GitHub repository is there. I'm going to give the link in description box itself, and if you want you can go to the repository here that we have, project repository. So we have microservices project store. If you come here, online shopping portal, so this is the product service that we have, and this is the SARC main test. This is where we are writing all the test cases. Service unit test is already posted here. So if you want, you can create the feature branch from, you can clone this project, create the feature branch, and you can raise a pull request to be merged into this branch. So I can review, so if you want, I can review those test cases, whatever you are writing, and you can get the feedback from me also, and you will be able to merge your pull request in the main master branch here. You will be able to see that you can even contribute it to this project. Okay, so this thing is up to you. This is, you can consider your assignment. You can do it at your own time and compare whatever you found here at this place after pushing this one. Probably when you are watching watching this video, you will get the all the test cases under this repository. All right, so that's all that I wanted to explain about the controller test, and this was the pretty good part. So if it is difficult to how to do this one, you just go to the documentation part. This one, if you click this JSON path here, you will get all the information about this one, right? So documentation is great to go ahead if you're stuck, blocked, and if you are not able to proceed. So this is the good place to go, and you can get all other scenarios also that is specific to you. And in all other scenarios that we have, in the future microservices also, we are going to write more integration test cases. So probably all the test scenarios will be covered here. So that's all. So just let's format it and improve the code here. So you can go on that I used in the product service test. You can use the nested annotation, display name, make it more readable. Well, that's up to you that you can do, but our test cases are being executing properly here. So we are going to end the integration test cases video here. I hope you found it useful and you liked it. So if this is the case, please don't forget to subscribe the channel and share the videos with your friends. That helps a lot and motivates me to put more effort in creating these videos. See you in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye bye.